It's time to speak up. Well, it appears the joke's on me. You see, before the last couple of days, I knew that there was a segment of Maga who just hated, who just wanted to burn the world down, and they don't care who they hurt. In the meantime, I knew there was that section, but I really thought that most of Maga just didn't get it. I really thought they just didn't understand. They didn't understand economics because it's complicated. They hadn't studied Project 2025, so they didn't know what was coming. But I really thought when he got in there and started doing the things that hurt so many people, that they would realize, and that they would. But they don't care. Y'all have been telling me this for 2 months, and I kept saying, no, we just have to explain it to them. We just have. Now, I know there are a few, and I thank you guys. You make it worth sticking with this. But over the last couple of days, I have realized that the majority of Republicans do not care how many people are hurt. And they are exactly what Palpatine said. They're the ones he was talking about when he said he could unalive someone in public and they would still vote for him. I thought they just wanted lower egg prices. I thought they were struggling in the economy and it was hard and they wanted their lives to be easier, and they listened to that. And that's why they voted for him. But they don't care. They literally don't care how many other people in this world are hurt. See, the difference is I'm willing to pay more for my eggs if it means no one in my country goes hungry tonight. I am willing to pay more for my eggs if it means everybody can have an egg. But they really don't care. And I am heartbroken that so many in my country don't care. That so many won't go love their neighbor. But I want to thank those of you who are. You're the ones keeping me going. Go love your neighbor.
Guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I came across this woman's video on my FYP while she was crying out and talking about how a lot of Magas really do not care, and she felt that it was just about lowering grocery prices, egg prices, gas prices, and all that. And to think that she voted for Maga, right? She's a Maga supporter. But according to her, she didn't really know that this was what it was going to be until she got to find out that she made a huge mistake voting the way she did. She had to come out online to, kind of talk about it. And now she's calling out Magas. Well, I've got another clip for you guys. Let's go ahead and watch these creators. Then we come back and talk more. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and please do subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well. And credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch.
Do not care how many people are hurt.
They don't care because they've never cared. The Republican Party has never really given a shit about anybody. They don't care. They don't give a shit. They never have. Since 1980. In the arrival of Ronald Reagan, the Republicans have been hell-bent on making themselves rich, making their donors rich, and screwing everyone else. This was never a secret. I've known it. I've known it since I was a kid. The policies that they want to put in place have always been about two ideas. They're not good ideas, but they're the only ideas the Republican Party has had since 1980. Tax cuts for rich people and corporations and businesses, and deregulating anything that would stop the profit margin. We've known this for decades. We kept trying to tell people. Ice Cube has a song called A Bird in the Hand off of his album Death Certificate. It is possibly, not possibly, it is probably one of my favorite Ice Cube songs. It's not that long. It's quite short. But it literally gives you the mentality and mindset of people in marginalized communities. Constantly. Black folks are too broke to be Republicans. We are. And when this level of cruelty was done to people who do not look like you, no one batted an eye. Cruelty is the point. Every ism you can think of is mixed up in it. Pain points. But the pain wasn't being felt, or it was being felt, but the most visible representation of that hurt was in marginalized communities. We were the canaries in the coal mine. We were the guinea pigs. And not only did we find out that people outside of our communities didn't care, they were okay with it. They were okay with it. People believed the idea that women were having a bunch of kids to get more welfare, because the face of that was a black face. People believed that crime was being ran rampant all throughout the inner city, because the faces of it were black and brown. People believed that there were groomers and pedophiles all over the place, because they put a gay face or a trans face to it. And while all of this is going on, while every wedge issue that the Republican Party threw out, because they have no good ideas, and the only two ideas they've ever had is tax cuts and deregulation, which doesn't play well in the quote-unquote heartland, doesn't play well in those real America places where the flag is waving and there's wheat and there's a little tow-head white boy, little white kid running around. They knew it doesn't play well. But they did know that if they scare you about the inner city, if they scare you about Mexicans, if they scare you enough about these crazy drag queens and gays and trans, that you would fall for it. And then it could deregulate. Which means if you got hurt at work, you had no recourse.
Thomas the Villian was talking about so many things, like he said a lot in that video, and how these Republicans really do not care about if anybody's hurting or not, or not. They do not care. It was never about grocery prices. It was never about eggs prices. It was really nothing but them trying to hurt other people and make them feel sad, okay? Especially with the fact that the person they are voting for do not like these particular people. It was okay for them, right? So he said a lot. Please go watch his videos. You really have a lot of insight. He said a lot in that video, okay? But you guys let me know, what do you think about this woman? Like, do you think she's making sense? I know a lot of you have actually made up your mind that you don't want to have anything to do with somebody who has actually been a Maga in the past, right? But what's your stand right now? Let me know in the comments.
It's time to speak up. Well, it appears the joke's on me.
Hey, Jessica. First of all, unfix your face from ever referring to this as a joke again. Ever. Okay? You about had me. You did. This is where you fucking lost me. You got on Betty White's fucking internet and said that you didn't know. Bullshit. There have been thousands upon thousands of people posting and hollering and preaching about Project 2025, and you refused to listen. What did we get? We got called libtards. We got called crazy. We got called conspiracy theorists. We got Donald Trump. From all that work, that's what we got. That's what you gave us. Yep. That's what you gave us. We spoon-fed you the fucking information. So for you to get on Betty White's motherfucking internet and say that you didn't know, no, that ain't gonna fly, okay? We had people reading all 982 fucking pages of it right here on the TikTok. You could have fucking listened. We've been raising all the red flags. We gave you a play-by-play. We told you exactly what was going to happen. We tried to give you fucking history lessons. And as for you, they just didn't research it. They didn't even have to fucking research it. We was spoon-feeding the information to you people. And you get on here and say you didn't know. Bullshit. Bullshit. You know, the cruelty has always been the damn point with the Republicans, always. But at least Republicans from 50 years ago, I could respect in the morning. You knew It is bullshit. You need to go find other leaving Magas. And if you can get some people out of this cult, great. We need the fucking numbers. But I don't trust you. I don't trust a motherfucking thing about you. I don't like you. And as for me and mine and the people that I care, ain't no motherfucking way I'd allow you on the front of the picket line. Absolutely not. No. You better get your ass to the fucking back of the bus.
I understand the fact that it will be so hard for a lot of people to really forgive Magas for everything they've done, for them voting the way they did, for them, spiting their faces when they were telling them, oh, this was wrong. Why don't you go this way? Why don't you vote for the left? Why don't you vote for Kamala and Wales? Why vote for this person? This person has a better policies. But they turned deaf ears. I don't think there was a way that Jessica would say she didn't hear about the whole thing, that Democrats were everywhere shouting and telling them this was going to happen, because they all predicted, they did their own researches, they read Project 2025. A whole number of these other people didn't really take time to read Project 2025 to really understand what was in it and how it will impact them, either positively or negatively. Some of them didn't take that luxury of time to really read. They felt that it was a waste of time. They took all that he said hook, line, and sinker and said, oh, he said it was going to lower gas prices, grocery prices, egg prices, and that was what they ran with. A lot of them ran with that because truly they wanted cheaper eggs, while the other people, majority of them, didn't want cheaper eggs. What they just wanted was the fact that he said he was going to deport, the whole mass deportation thing. That was what was in their mind. They wanted mass deportation. They wanted people to go. They didn't want people he didn't want. So it was okay for them to really collaborate and make that happen. That was why they did what they did. And now some of them coming back to say, oh, we're sorry, we regret our vote. Some people are not having it. And Jessica happened to be one of those people, even though some of her content has really been her trying to make up for everything she has done, which is not, people are not really taking it. A lot of people are not taking it. Some people have really come to understand the fact that, oh, it has happened. She has come back and she has said sorry. Maybe you should just accept her with open arms. While other people are like, you know what, you cannot deceive me that you never for once saw any of those videos, or people telling you, oh, maybe you should go read Project 2025. Maybe you should read it without a biased mind. And you cannot say you didn't see it, right? So a lot of people are not having all that they are saying on the internet and saying that they didn't see, just like that farmer who said it was the algorithm that made him not to see any of those videos. So a lot of people are not getting it. Why will somebody come on the internet to say all of that? But I understand some other people who are saying that Jessica hasn't really been a good person. Now over to you guys. What do you think about this whole video, about Jessica's video and she calling out her fellow Magas because she happened to be a Maga because she voted for the present administration in November 5th? So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Please go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments already. Go ahead and do that and subscribe to the channel as well. I look forward to seeing you all on my next video. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. So see you all on my next video. All right, bye guys.